This video will be on calf rebounds, where we will cover a general overview on the importance of this movement stimulus, which is one of the most important movement patterns that you want to incorporate in your day-to-day training and movement behavior. And then we'll also go over the many variations in which you can express this movement. In these first few clips, you are seeing the foundational expression to this movement and the most programmed variation, where you are on the balls of your feet, bouncing up and down. The heels do not touch the floor. There's a slight bend in the knee. Hands, arms relaxed to the side, face relaxed, and you're simply vibrating up and down. This next variation is the same action, but in a regressed form. So the pattern's the same. You're on the balls of your feet. Heels are elevated. You're bouncing up and down, allowing the vibration to run through your entire body, but you are staying on the floor. If you need to hold on to something for stability purposes, that is totally fine. But this variation is for people first introducing plyometrics to their training, to their movement behavior, or as a part of their rehab progression. This next variation is the most demanding, where we are looking to produce as much force as we possibly can in this movement. So you want to propel yourself up as high as you can with little to no knee bend, pull the toes up into the air. As you come down, you want to meet the ground and smack the floor with as much aggression as you can to propel yourself back up. Look to spend the least amount of time on the floor and jump as high as you possibly can. Now we're going to get into the many variations, the infinite amount of ways to express this rebounding movement, these calf bounces, and why they are such a potent stimulus onto the body. So revisiting the very first variation that we saw in this clip, you're going to be on the balls of your feet. The heels are constantly elevated. There's a slight bend in the knee, arms relaxed out to the side, face muscles relaxed. From there, you are simply bouncing up and down through any variation, any angle, any positioning that you wish to explore. So what's happening here? First and foremost, this is a fantastic stressor for developing the lower leg complex. That is your foot, ankle, calf. There isn't a single human on this planet that wouldn't benefit from stronger feet. It's the foundation to human performance, to physicality, to physical competency. And it's something that you want to continuously develop forever. So this is a really good submax plyometric that will ensure you see that progression over time. This rebounding effect also brings a level of posture association with them. You won't be able to perform this movement with a pitched neck forward. It just won't happen. It will feel awkward, weird, unnatural, and that is because the body will naturally orientate itself in the most perfect posture to absorb the force coming into the body in a vertical-like fashion. It's fantastic. That is why these calf rebounds are always paired with spine movements. So you'll see in your program 60 seconds of calf rebounds, immediately followed up with a spinal movement. It's really, really good. It's fantastic in spinal hygiene and developing and maintaining your relative posture position. Another underrated variable that often gets overlooked is the vibrational effect, the shake effect that occurs on the rest of the body. So you have this buildup in tension in the lower leg complex, as that's what's driving the movement, but then you have this release of tension up the chain, specifically in the hands, arms, shoulders, and face muscles. And your ability to release tension is just as important as your ability to generate tension and generate force. How well can you relax in positions? How well can you relax in certain patterns and certain movements and so forth? Which leads to another important variable, and that is developing rhythm, developing flow, a rhythmicality to your movement expression. The best athletes in the world are the ones that are able to relax the best, are the ones that have a flow, a rhythm to their movement expression. So I've taken a lot of inspiration from boxers when they skip rope. If you've ever seen Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray, or a lot of the Cuban style fighters, they have this beautiful rhythmic flow to their movement. Also dancing, very, very important. And another influence into this style, into this specific movement input that you can adopt and see how it relates to this pattern. Now, if you notice, these last few clips have been single leg based. This is something for later in your progression once you have a sufficient amount of exposure with this stimulus. But at the end of the day, don't overcomplicate this. You have the stressor, you have the stimulus, and that is a submax plyometric rebounding effect. From there, you can express it however you like, whether that's through skipping rope, going out to dance, or doing these calf bounce variations. Simply put on a good song that you can vibe to and watch the adaptations just naturally develop as a result.